All right, my good friends. Charlotte and I just came back from another auction. Not a whole lot of things, but I believe profitable. And yes, you guessed it. I am trying my luck again on not one, but two lots of jumper cables. Now, each one of these lots, I spent $4. I bid them up to $4. This was an online auction about 10 miles down the road from my house, so I didn't have too far to travel. So, like I said, jumper cables, $4 for them. Another lot of jumper cables, $4 for those. Those might be real close. This one here, I think, is going to be very profitable. And we also got electrical cords and shop lights, and I bid $3. $3, and then this box here is electrical wire and lights, is what it said, and for $2. So, I mean, look at this. This is a dryer cord, and there's some wire in here. That looks pretty good. This wire right here, not very much of it, but it looks like, I don't know if you can read that. It's 12 gauge wire. And then this white wire looks pretty good. Nope, not so good. That is, it says 24 gauge. This must be like phone wire or something. Let me check that out there. Oh yeah, phone wire. Now we got a little wire here, down here. It looks like about 14 gauge. Well, I guess it would, no, 12 gauge. 12 gauge. All right, not too bad. A little bit. All right, so for $2, definitely not bad. Right here, I bet you this is going to be $2 right here. A little bit of aluminum, some more extension cord. That, I don't know what else is in here. What do we have here? Oh, plugs. Oh, some nice plugs in there. And breakers. Oh boy, I got plenty of breakers. Okay, all right. So here's my ticket here. That $2, $4, so $13 total plus a 12% buyer fee. Like I said, this was an online auction, and they always charge buyer fees when you have an online auction. I like the ones where you go to physically, bid $5 and you pay $5. But here we paid a total of $14.56. Let's see what we can turn this into. All right, so we're gonna start with this box of electrical wire and lights. Let's go ahead and strip this 12 gauge down. Here's some more. We paid $3 for this. So let's see if we can get $3 out of it. Set this up over here. And we will strip this down. This is some good wire to strip down. All right, let's go. knock it down. Here.
My son, you want me to move all these?
All right, so we got all that box broke down. That cost us $3, and we have stuff. We got some number 2 copper, number 1 copper, some brass, and just some wire here. So let's go ahead and weigh this wire up right here. Let me get this, tear it out there. It's at 0. Throw this wire in here. It's $1.25 a pound, and we have 1.3 pounds. All right, so I went ahead and broke apart all those plugs, and we got some brass out of it. So, and we got 0.45 pounds of brass. All right, nice little chunk of brass. And number 2 copper. This might be able to go as bare bright, I don't know. It's a little duller. If you look at the color, it just looks a little duller, I don't know. Okay, so number 2 copper, we have 0.45 pounds. And our bare bright, 1.4 pounds. All right. All right, so let's check out and see where we're at on this auction. So on this $2 box that had the electrical wire and lights, is what the listing said, we come up with 1.3 pounds of wire at $1.25, and that come to $1.63. The brass was 0.45 pounds at $2.35 a pound, $1.06. Number 2 copper was 0.45 pounds, and that's $4.06 a pound. and come to $1.83. And the bear brake was 1.45 pounds at $4.35 for a total of $6.31 and a total revenue of $10.83. Total cost of $2.24. So we are on the positive side. So let's go and move on to the extension cords and see where we're at on that. Charlotte's, she already started cutting the ends off this electrical wire. We'll just do this real quick and weigh this wire up. Is that it?
I already got that off.
Okay. All right. Let's just throw that wire in a bucket there. All right. So I'm going to zero this tub out here. We're at zeros, and Charlotte's going to weigh this wire. Is that it?
That's it.
That's it. All right. What did we come up with? Let's check this out. 10.15 pounds. All right. So at a total cost with the 12% buyer fee, come to $3.36. And we turned that into $12.69 in just minutes. That literally takes just minutes cutting the ends off. I love buying extension cord. And when you can get it for a good price, you can usually look at it and guess about how much is in there. When you see this thick cord like this, you can usually look at that and figure that that's about 8 to 10 pounds. Even if it was 8 pounds, we would have still made a good profit on it. But yeah, for $3, that was a good deal. All right, let's move on to these jumper cables and see if you've been watching my videos, you'll see that I have bought jumper cables in the last couple of auctions, and I always come about 50, 60 cents under. But I got a good feeling about these right here because these are pretty darn heavy. Just picking them up, they're pretty heavy. And if you look at the writing right here, it shows 4-gauge all copper. So I think we're going to do all right on that. These here, these weigh just a couple of pounds. And we'll see if they're copper or not. Actually, you know what? Copper. These are copper also. So $4 for each of these. We're going to break these down, and I'll bet we're going to do really good on these here. All right. All right, so we're actually in the next day. My phone ran out of battery, so I had to go in there and charge it up. And by the time it got too late, I ended up watching the football game. So we're going to go ahead and scrap these out here. So I just want to say this. We go to auctions and buy whatever we can to scrap out and stuff. There's like 3 kinds of auction people. There's the people that go to the auctions and they buy things to keep. There's the people that go to auctions to buy things to resell. And then there's people like me and like a lot of you that go to the auctions to buy things to scrap out. We're scrappers. That's what we do. We don't resell. I've tried reselling, and I can't tell you how many times in the comment section people say you should resell that. You should try to. I've tried, and very few times have I ever been able to sell something. But we're scrappers, so we buy these things here, and these are pretty decent shape jumper cables. But I don't need any jumper cables, and obviously the people that are at the auction don't want them either because nobody bid them up. So for $4. It's a fair price to scrap these out and to try to get a profit off of it. So that being said, I'm going to scrap these out. All right, let's just go ahead and strip these down, see where we're at. All right, let's go ahead and weigh this up. Got my scale at 0. So a half a pound, this is all number 2 copper here. Just doing the math, 406 a pound. We got a half a pound, it's $2, $2.03. All right, now let's do the other set of jumper cables and see if we can make up some ground here. We just went $2 in the hole on that one there. That one came out pretty easy. That's got some weight to it. This is just one side. Let's go ahead and weigh this up and see where we're at. All right, so we're at 0. 2.1 pounds. That's just half of it. Let's do the other half. All right, let's check this out here. Let's weigh it all together now. Scale's at 0. Yeah, 4.5 pounds. 4.5 pounds of copper. So we did pretty good on this one here. So the lesson is buy big gauge copper jumper cables. Stay away from the small stuff. You lose money, you make money. All right, so let's go ahead and add these up. So we got $8 in this whole thing here. This is all going to be number 2 because this is like angel hair, and it pays 406 a pound. So let's go ahead and weigh it up. Oh, here we got some scrap too. So shred. Got to throw that in. Yeah, 2 pounds of shred. You got about 13 cents. All right. Okay, so let's get the final numbers for the jumper cables and the complete auction here and see how we did with the money that we spent. So, okay, so on these jumper cables, I wrote this out in 2 different ways here. So the total cost was $8.96 with the buyer premium, or $4.48 each. So on the number 2 copper that we got from them, the first set we got a half a pound for $2.03. We took a loss. The second set was a great set. Got a good number there, 4.5 pounds at 406, come to $18.27. So for a total of $20.30, and then the shred I threw in there 13 cents, for a grand total of $20.43 off of $8.96. So the total and final for the entire auction, we spent $14.56, and we came up with a total revenue of $43.95. And that gives us an extra $29.39 to put into our bank. So I know this wasn't the greatest auction, but it was better than my last auction. And anytime you can make a profit and turn $20 into $40, or in this case, $14 into $43, then I think you had a good day. This is the kind of things that we do. This is the kind of things that we enjoy. We like to go to the auctions and buy scrap and break it down and see what kind of money we can make off of it. All right, well, that's going to do it for our video, and we want to thank you for watching our channel and hope that you can learn things from our channel. And, you know, we go to the auctions and we buy things, and sometimes we do good, sometimes we don't do so good. You can learn what to buy and what not to buy, what you can make money on. And we thank you for watching.
It's fun.
It's fun. So we got to get our scrap to the scrap yard so we can get paid. Thanks for watching.